Hello everyone, today I want to talk about my understanding of the metaphysics course. Well, I will use simple words the whole time, so I'm sure everyone can follow. When I first saw the word metaphysics, I thought it was super profound, like really hard to understand. But after reading the PPT, I realized that it's just a study of things beyond the physical world. Meta means beyond, and the physics is material world. Together, it explores stuff we cannot touch or see, but that's related to existence. And then the PPT says metaphysics has two core meanings, and that stuck with me. First, Aristotle came up with the idea of studying being as being simply, but whether it's a sofa, a tree, or ourselves, anything that exists, we look for their common traits. Like everything has unity. It's an independent things and the sameness and difference, similar to and different from other things. This question seems abstract, but they are really asking what's the basic way everything exists. The second meaning is easier to grasp. It study the world our five senses cannot perceive, like the soul, God, and other religion-related topics. The PPT says some philosophers don't agree with this direction, but Aristotle's original metaphysics included theology. Also, when many people around us hear metaphysics, they think of these invisible things, so the PPT added this part, and I think it's pretty relatable to daily life. Core concepts is the PPT looks like a lot, but they are actually things we secretly think about sometimes. For example, cause and effect. Why one thing leads to another. Time and space, we use them every day, but what's their real nature? Then else universal, the word sounds hard, but it's just a concept like beauty. Plato thought beauty exists alone as a perfect form, and all beautiful things we see copy it. But some said there's no separate beauty, we just call nice thing beautiful. This debate is really interesting, like asking, do concepts come first or specific things? Next are two key theories, materialism and idealism, which are focus of the PPT. Materialism says everything in the world is made of matter. Even our thoughts and feelings are just a brain working. There's no non-material stuff like soul. Idealism is the opposite. It says the mind and the consciousness are the most fundamental, and the physical world is just a reflection of the mind. I remember the comparison in the PPT clearly. Materialism thinks economic conditions influence culture, while idealism thinks culture can drive the economic. That example helped me tell them apart right away. Finally, the PPT talks about the mind-body problem, which I find really relatable. Our bodies are material. We can touch and measure them, but our thoughts and emotions are invisible. How do these two interact? For example, when I want to lift my hand, it goes up. What's the connection behind that? Materialism says thoughts are just brain activity. Idealism says consciousnesses can exist independently of the body, like how religion says the souls can leave the body. I'm still thinking about this question. It feels really worth discussing. Overall, after reading this PPT, I realized metaphysics isn't some distant subject. It's about thinking about fundamental questions like what's real and why does everything exist. It does have to have standard answers, but it makes us look beyond daily trivialities and think about bigger topics. And the PPT uses a lot of simple examples to explain complex ideas, which makes metaphysics actually fun. I wonder if anyone else feels the same after reading the PPT, or if you have other thoughts, let's discuss. Funeral and burial rituals are seen as metaphysics by some people because they are all about soul and life after death, which are not physical things you can touch or see, and thinking about non-physical things like this is what metaphysics is about. And I think the rituals are part of metaphysics because they are built of beliefs like the idea that person's spirit stays alive even after their body stops working, and this but lives cannot be shown with physical proof, which is the kind of things metaphysics talks about. Funerals and burial ceremonies are considered metaphysics because they make people ask a big question about life, death, and what it means to be alive, like what happens to us when we die. And these are the questions that metaphysics tries to answer. These ceremonies are seen as metaphysics because they are connected to spiritual and God-related ideas that are not just about physical world we can see. And focusing on these non-physical ideas is a big part of metaphysics. And my view, very simple, extended sentence. I wish everybody can understand. These rituals take the spiritual belief that are part of metaphysics belief that you cannot measure or see, and turn them into real things people can do. And even so, these beliefs are physical and they help people understand death and find meaning when someone they love dies. So in conclusion, my view and these rituals take the spiritual belief that are part of metaphysics belief that you cannot touch, see, or measure, and then turn them into real, concrete action that people can do together. And that family and friends come together to honor someone who has died, and this gathering helps everyone feel less alone in their sadness. Even so, the idea behind the rituals, like the soul or afterlife, aren't things we can prove with science. They still matter a lot to people. They give people a way to say goodbye properly, which feels important when someone you love is gone. These rituals also help people make sense of death, a big and scary thing that's hard to understand. They turn abstract thoughts about life and loss into something real and meaningful. And that's why they are so valuable to many communities. Even if you don't share the actual belief, you can see how these rituals help people heal and find peaceful after losing someone dear.